The Hittites were an ancient people. They migrated to Anatolia thousands of years ago. Anatolia is a vast peninsula in modern-day Turkey. We believe the Hittites came from the steppes of Central Asia. They spoke an Indo-European language. This makes them distant relatives of the Greeks and Romans. The Hittites were skilled horsemen and warriors. They gradually gained control of Anatolia. They conquered the native Hattians. The Hittites adopted some of the Hattian culture. This included their religion and some of their customs. This marked the beginning of the Hittite kingdom. The early Hittites lived in small villages. They were farmers and herders. They gradually formed city-states. One city-state became dominant. This was Hattusa. Hattusa became the capital of the Hittite kingdom. It was strategically located. Hattusa was in central Anatolia. It was on a rocky plateau for defense. The Hittites began to expand their influence. They conquered neighboring territories. They established trade routes. They traded with Mesopotamia and Egypt. The Hittites grew wealthy and powerful. However, they faced challenges. They were constantly at war with their neighbors. The Hittites had many powerful kings. These rulers were not only influential within their own territories, but also left a significant mark on the broader ancient world. Their reigns were characterized by military conquests, strategic alliances, and impressive administrative skills. One of the earliest and most notable kings was Hattusili I. His leadership set the foundation for the Hittite Empire's future expansion and dominance. He reigned in the 17th century BC, a period marked by significant territorial expansion and consolidation of power. Hattusili I expanded the Hittite kingdom considerably. His military campaigns were both ambitious and successful, allowing the Hittites to control vast regions and numerous cities. One of his most notable achievements was the conquest of the important city of Aleppo in Syria. This victory not only demonstrated his military prowess, but also secured a crucial strategic and economic hub for the Hittite Empire. He fought against the powerful kingdom of Yamhad, a formidable adversary in the region. The battles were intense and required exceptional strategy and bravery from Hattusili and his forces. Another great king was Mursili I, who continued the legacy of his predecessors and further expanded the Hittite influence. He reigned in the 16th century BC, a time when the Hittite Empire was reaching new heights of power and influence. Mursili I is famous for sacking Babylon, one of the most significant and dramatic events in ancient history. This conquest showcased the might of the Hittite military and their ability to challenge even the most powerful cities. Babylon was one of the greatest cities in the ancient world, renowned for its impressive architecture, cultural achievements, and strategic importance. The fall of Babylon to the Hittites was a turning point in the region's history. This victory made the Hittites a major power in the Near East. Their influence and control extended over a vast area, making them one of the dominant forces of the time. However, this rapid expansion also overextended their empire. Managing such a vast territory proved to be a significant challenge for the Hittite rulers. The Hittites faced numerous rebellions and invasions from both internal and external enemies. These conflicts strained their resources and tested their resilience. They had to fight hard to maintain their control over their territories. The constant warfare and need for strong leadership were defining features of the Hittite Empire's history. Hittite society was hierarchical, with a well-defined social structure that influenced every aspect of daily life. At the top of this hierarchy was the king, who wielded immense power and authority. The king was not only the head of state, but also the supreme commander of the army, leading his people in both governance and warfare. In addition to his political and military roles, the king was also considered a high priest, playing a crucial part in religious ceremonies and rituals. Below the king, the nobility held significant positions of power. They were responsible for governing the provinces, ensuring the smooth administration of the kingdom, and leading the army in times of conflict. The majority of the population, however, were commoners, including farmers, artisans, and traders. These individuals formed the backbone of Hittite society, contributing to its economy and culture. The Hittites practiced polytheism, worshipping a pantheon of gods and goddesses. Their religious life was rich and varied, with numerous gods and goddesses each overseeing different aspects of life and nature. Temples and religious rituals were integral to their daily existence. The Hittites were also known for their religious syncretism, adopting deities from other cultures they came into contact with, which enriched their own religious practices. Divination played a significant role in Hittite religion. They believed that the will of the gods could be interpreted through various means. Priests and diviners would interpret omens and signs, seeking to understand the divine will and guide the actions of the people accordingly. Animal sacrifices were a common practice, used to appease the gods and seek their favor. These rituals were believed to influence the outcome of events and ensure the prosperity of the community. The Hittites are also renowned for their comprehensive law code, which was one of the most advanced of its time. This legal system was relatively humane, emphasizing fairness and justice. It focused on compensation for crimes rather than harsh punishments, reflecting a sophisticated understanding of law and order. Instead of severe penalties, the Hittite laws often required offenders to compensate their victims, promoting a sense of justice and restitution within the society. This approach helped maintain social harmony and stability, making the Hittite legal system a notable achievement in ancient jurisprudence. Section 5. Chariots of War. The Hittite military machine. The Hittites were a formidable military power. They were skilled charioteers. They developed light, fast chariots. These chariots gave them an advantage in battle. The Hittites also had a well-equipped infantry. They used iron weapons. Iron was a new metal at the time. It was stronger than bronze. The Hittite army was well organized. It was divided into units. Each unit had a specific role. The Hittites were also skilled engineers. They built strong fortifications. They were difficult to capture. The Hittites' military prowess made them a force to be reckoned with. Section 6. A clash of powers, Hittites and their neighbors. The Hittites interacted with many other civilizations. They were in constant contact with Egypt. They competed for control of Syria. The Hittites fought a famous battle against the Egyptians at Kadesh in 1274 BC. The Battle of Kadesh was a draw. It resulted in a peace treaty. It is the earliest known peace treaty in history. The Hittites also interacted with the Assyrians. The Assyrians were a rising power in Mesopotamia. The Hittites clashed with them over control of trade routes. Section 7. The empire crumbles, internal strife and external threats. The Hittite Empire lasted for centuries. However, it began to decline in the 13th century BC. There were several reasons for this decline. One reason was internal strife. There were power struggles within the royal family. This weakened the empire. Another reason was external pressure. The Hittites faced invasions from new enemies. These enemies included the Sea Peoples and the Phrygians. The Sea Peoples were a mysterious group of raiders. They attacked many civilizations in the eastern Mediterranean. The Phrygians were a powerful people from the Balkans. They invaded Anatolia and conquered Hattusa. Section 8. Echoes of the Hittites, rediscovering a lost civilization. The Hittites, an ancient civilization that once thrived in Anatolia, left behind a legacy that was almost lost to time. The Hittite Empire collapsed around 1200 BC, marking the end of a powerful era. Their cities, once bustling with life, fell silent. The Hittites disappeared from history, their stories buried beneath the sands of time. For centuries, their existence was shrouded in mystery. They were forgotten for centuries, their grand structures overtaken by nature. The once great empire faded into obscurity. However, their memory was kept alive in the Bible. The ancient texts provided glimpses into their existence, hinting at their once great civilization. The Hittites are mentioned in the Old Testament, described as a formidable people who played significant roles in biblical narratives. They are described as a powerful people, known for their military prowess and advanced society. Their influence was far-reaching. In the 19th century, archaeologists began to excavate Hattusa, the ancient Hittite capital. This marked the beginning of a new chapter in understanding their history. They discovered the ruins of the Hittite capital, uncovering the remnants of a once thriving metropolis. The findings were groundbreaking. They found thousands of clay tablets, each one a piece of the puzzle that would reveal the secrets of the Hittite civilization. These tablets were written in cuneiform script, a writing system that was crucial in documenting their history and culture. They contained a wealth of information about the Hittites, from their daily lives to their complex political structures. The decipherment of the Hittite language was a major breakthrough. It opened a window into their world, allowing us to understand their achievements and way of life. It allowed scholars to learn about Hittite history, culture, and religion. The rediscovery of the Hittites has enriched our understanding of ancient civilizations and their interconnectedness. Section 9. The Hittites in context. Their place in ancient history. The Hittites were a major power in the ancient Near East. They played an important role in the history of the region. They interacted with other great civilizations such as Egypt, Babylon, and Assyria. The Hittites were skilled diplomats and warriors. They were also innovators in areas such as law, religion, and military technology. The Hittites were a bridge between the East and the West. They adopted ideas and practices from both regions. They had a profound impact on Anatolian culture. Their legacy lived on long after their empire fell. Section 10. Lessons from the past. The enduring significance of the Hittites. The study of the Hittites is important for several reasons. It gives us insights into a fascinating and complex civilization. It helps us to understand the ancient Near East better. The Hittites teach us about the rise and fall of empires. They remind us that even the most powerful empires are not invincible. The Hittites also teach us about the importance of cultural exchange. They show us how civilizations can influence each other. The Hittites may be gone, but their story continues to fascinate and inspire us.